Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are so happy today to have director Charles Dorfman with us today to talk about his film, his directorial debut, Barbarians, making its premiere at the Fantastic Fest here in 2021. Charles, say hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's not a problem. It's my pleasure to have you here. Barbarians stars, and I want to make sure I say this right, Ewan Ryan.
Yeah, that's right, I think.
Right? Yeah, I think it's Welsh. I struggle with those type of things, but it's a suspense thriller / horror. It fits into a bunch of different genres. Would you say that is correct, Charles?
Yes, I would. I mean, not straightforward to define its genre, especially without giving too much away. But it's certainly a mashup of things, and I think the most, it's definitely should be thrilling and exciting for an audience, but has depths of relationships. So that was, so it's dramatic, and yeah, I hope, yeah, that's it.
I like it. I like it. Now, you come from the production world. You're mostly known as a producer, and you're producing a film I can't wait to see next month at San Diego Film Festival, Lost Daughter.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that one. But this is your directorial debut, as I mentioned. How much different is it behind the lens than it is having to pay for everything?
I mean, it's very different. I mean, I don't think anything's quite the same as writing, directing. I think my originally I was an actor, and coming from that world and the world of theatre was most helpful when I made the film, or certainly when I wrote it, because I'd never written anything before. But as I've worked with a lot of writers developing screenplays. I've obviously read a lot of scripts and watched a lot of films. But working with actors in rehearsals was the thing that gave me the most confidence to make the film. But yeah, in short, it's very different.
Yeah, I could imagine so. You could really tell that there's someone with a fresh eye behind the lens, because the film seems familiar because it looks like it feels like a lot of other films, but it also has its unique tonality and a unique take in the way that the story is being told. Do you think that's because of you and your own unique experiences, both as a producer and an actor, permeating themselves?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think films are, in my experience, do really well when the producer gives the director the opportunity to make the film they want to make and be authentic, and it gives the film an integrity which makes it gives it its sort of maximum impact. And I think that can sometimes be lessened. Like, it is really helpful to have a producer to work with a director to help them bring that to life. But for better or for worse, I didn't really have someone controlling me in that way. So it certainly, I decided that I was going to make the film that I wanted to make, and it was going to be unique. And I was quite worried, still am slightly worried, but yeah, it's definitely different. But I feel like the form that it takes serves the point of the film and serves the point of the characterization and the journey of Adam. So I don't think it's for its own sake, I'd hope anyway.
I like that answer. Can you talk about working with such a talented cast? You got Tom Cullen in here, and I love Tom Cullen. He's in a lot of stuff. Every time I see him in something, he's always great. Talk about working with this really talented cast and how that was.
Amazing. I mean, I'm very lucky to be able to work with them. Writing Adam's character, he's very passive. So there's a lot of pages of the script where not only does he not say anything, he doesn't really do anything. So but he is he's the protagonist. So having an actor who's really, very smart and really interesting and engaged was, a godsend. Tom, was actually the first person that I ever auditioned, and he was brilliant. And I was like, I had to continue auditioning people, but I knew that he was the one. He's so good in everything that I've seen him in. I don't think that he's very funny and really funny. And I'm not sure that he's given the chance to be as funny as he can be. And what was good about those two is they're both from Wales, and though they've never worked together, they've got enough of a shared understanding of the world that they could jump into that relationship and sort of take the piss out of each other and have that sort of brotherly relationship. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to leave all the other actors out, but I'm very lucky to have them.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. The Other Half, if you haven't seen that one with Tom Cullen, I love that movie so much. I adore it. You should check that one out. Now, we talked about your film. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to write the full write-up that I'm going to be doing for it. I'll probably put something up on Twitter about our interview as well.
Oh,
but
cool.
Let's talk about you personally. Now, obviously, you've been doing this a while. You've done everything. You've been in every chair. Who are some people in this industry that you look at as influences, inspirations?
It's a really good question. I mean, I used to work at Cecil Films, so Ian Canning and Emil Sherman are amazing producers, and I really got to see the art of working with a director and giving them space to create really special films. So that certainly is someone, a company that I really respect and admire. Multi-hyphenates. I mean, I don't, I have, because I love acting and I love writing, I love the theater. Kenneth Branagh is someone who, I admire tremendously. Yeah, and there's a lot of directors who aren't around anymore who I definitely sort of think about.
Like,
oh, fair enough. I mean, Sidney Lumet. Well, that's the book next to my bed was the Sidney Lumet book. Alexander McKendrick, that book, basically, The Sweet Smell of Success is probably my favorite film. And that book I read quite a lot, because I didn't go to film school and I need to learn how to make a film. In that book, actually Sidney Lumet was part of the group theatre, and Clifford Odette was also, and he co-wrote The Sweet Smell of Success. And in that chapter on screenwriting in that book, he talks about using acting, a particular approach to acting that helps him write. And I use that to write the film. Sidney Pollack was also an acting teacher and loved acting, loved actors, incredibly classy director. Kurosawa is someone who I think is way more entertaining and fun than people might think of. And I mean, Stanley Kubrick is probably my all-time favorite.
That's an excellent choice. Now, I have one last question before we get to our outro, because I only have a couple minutes left. This is the hardest question you're going to get all day.
Okay.
You only have a choice between two films to watch for the rest of your life. What two are you picking?
Can I pick a TV series?
If you want to, you can substitute one of the movies for a TV show. Yeah.
So one is The Sopranos.
Okay.
I mean, it's long, but I have watched that probably about 6 times all the way through. So I love The Sopranos.
I saw the movie last night, so.
I haven't seen it. I'd love to know what you think. And then, The Apartment.
Oh, yes! Great choice. One of my personal favorites. Oh,
yeah, I forgot to mention Billy Wilder, but yeah, probably The Apartment, yeah.
That's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Charles, you're on the same wavelength as me, man. I swear to you, I love The Apartment. I could talk about it all day. Great choice, man. I've watched it 8,000 times. That's an excellent choice, guys. Guys, obviously, Charles is a man of taste. So we need to check out his new movie, Barbarians. It's out now in the Fantastic Fest, but it is coming out soon. Is that correct, Charles?
No, I mean, no. I mean, so it's in Fantastic Fest, it's in Sitges, we just found out today it's going to be on Fright Fest on the Friday evening slot in London, which I'm so excited about, because it's going to be a cinema of 400 people on a massive screen. Getting into the US was very tricky, so it was only me at the premiere, no cast and no crew, so I'm just very excited to be able to watch it with people, and especially them in London.
That's going to be awesome. They're in your backyard, 400 people, like the big screen. Guys, this film is like things you've seen, but unlike all those things that you might think they are that you've ever seen. Charles, thank you so much for your time, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time. And obviously, I appreciate that you're a man of talent. Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate you, bud.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a great day, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye-bye.